Okay, I'm back and I ran out of film, but I was able to finish up my cards, and I went and kind of downloaded, and I saw that this is over an hour video. And so if you have stuck with me this long, thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and I'm really sorry that I had to dig around for my black paint forever. I went in there where Brazos, my daughter, was painting, and sure enough, there was a black paint. So needless to say, I'm going to go buy me some more black paint. I need to have more than one bottle. But also, I just wanted to say thank you so much, and I really enjoy the comments, and that I hope I inspired you to make some journaling cards too for the holidays, for fall, and for pumpkins and all that fun stuff. So I'll just kind of show you real quick a close-up of each one, and then that will be it. So thanks again for sticking with me and watching it for so long. I really do enjoy making these, and I love to inspire people. So this is the one that I was like not so crazy about because of the colors, but I did come in here and add a little bit more yellow and green little dots to the outskirts of it, and it actually turned out okay. I was more happy with it now than what I was. And of course, this is one of my favorites. I just love the little pumpkins and the very thankful. So this is definitely one that I like. Here's another one that kind of pleasantly surprised me. It was kind of started out different, but with all the different color pumpkins, it really turned out cute. And then on this one, I did go in and print out a quote, and it says, "Autumn is a second spring when every leaf is a flower." And so I also added some twine at the top, and then a leaf that I cut up, a sparkly leaf with some flowers. So that kind of concludes that one. And then of course the shine, her little golden crown finally dried, and her eyes turned out fine. And so I'm just happy with her as well. So again, thank you so much. I hope you're inspired, and if I said anything that you have questions on, please ask me, because again, this video was quite long, but I really enjoyed the process, and I hope you did too. See you in my next video. Good morning. It is morning here, and this is Rebecca, and today I got up early and I was dreaming about making pumpkins. I know I have crazy dreams sometimes, so I thought since it's on my mind and I've been wanting to do this anyway, I thought get up, get on the camera, and I know my voice sounds kind of probably like rough because I literally just got up within the hour. I had my cup of coffee, and I want to make some little cute journaling cards with some pumpkins and some autumnal designs. So I thought I would flip on the camera and take you along with me, and I hope maybe you can get yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and I'll show you the process, and then maybe you can make some journaling cards too. So I just basically cut these into the 4x3 size. This is 4 inch by 3 inches. This is kind of your standard journaling size cards, and these are actually watercolor paper, so they're actually a little bit thicker. And the reason I wanted to do watercolor is because I'm going to kind of do some mixed media with this, and I really wanted to create having the stability of the thicker papers. Now, what I plan on doing with these is probably tipping these in my journal, most of these, or I might also just kind of slip them in, maybe slip them in to the mail with some happy mail, or I may just put them in my planner. So I'm just going to kind of have some fun, and I hope you enjoy it as well. So basically, I thought I was going to I'm going to show you how to make some pumpkins, one from cut paper and one using watercolor. I made one for my journal this last week, and I'm just in love with it, and I do hope this is it. Basically, I started just playing around with some new watercolors that I had, and this was it. It turned out really cute, and I wanted to I was really iffy on my foliage down here because it is just kind of spots of paper, but when I go back through with my pen, it turns out really good. So, and let me make sure I have my pen, because last time, yep, I got my pens. These are the Faber-Castell pen art, and then I also use my Ink Joy gel pen. These work really, really good on watercolor, so I'm very pleased with those. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of start working on some backgrounds because a lot of this I want to do some stamping on as well, and I just want to get my backgrounds kind of in place. So I did get this new watercolor set. It's still really inexpensive. It wasn't over the top. I mean, it was very inexpensive. It was not expensive, over the top, I guess. Pricey is what I'm trying to say. And I got it from Hobby Lobby this past week, and I used my coupon, and literally it's like $14.99. It's Master's Touch watercolor, and I love it. It's just really I was watching a video from Allie Brown on watercolors and your watercolor paintbrush, and true, it really does matter what type of paintbrush you use and the type of watercolor. And what I did, basically, I didn't spend a whole lot of money because for one, I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on art supplies so I can have lots of fun things. But this paintbrush here is a 24 Master Touch. It's round, and it works really, really good with I'm going to set this over here to dry, with the sorry, like I said, I'm still getting up early this morning, but it works really, really good with the watercolors. It holds a lot of water, and you really have some fun being able to play with it. And basically what I learned from the other ones I had been playing around with is they basically just they were very chalky, and they were inexpensive, but they were still fun. I mean, it was a learning, and but they were very chalky. So these are really, really, I'm really enjoying these, and I'm just happy that I was really expecting to pay a lot of money, but to me, they're nice. I mean, I'm sure there's some nicer ones out there too, but they definitely work for me right now. So I do plan on experimenting with some more, but for now, these work really good. And I'm just kind of splotching water, putting my water with my paintbrush and just kind of splotching it around. It's nothing, just adding color to the background of these little journaling cards. So, and this one is actually kind of like a shimmering color to it. It seems like there's a group of these that have kind of this shimmering look to it. And so I did that on that one page. Oh, I love this yellow. I did that on that one page, and it was really, I really liked it a lot. So, and I'm just going to kind of add and have it drip down. I'm just experimenting here. You're kind of just coming along with the ride. I really don't have a plan in place. I have a couple, ideas, but we're just playing along and adding color, to the background of these journaling cards. So let's do this blue. It's kind of a shimmery blue too, and we're just gonna plopping the water, or not even plopping. This is kind of just adding water to the background. My daughter really had fun with these as well last night. She was doing all sorts of rainbow colors, and she was using just regular 28-pound paper, and of course both of us love the feel of the paper. So that was really fun. I love seeing her wanting to get really artistic and paint and play. So I'm just going to add here, do some little bit like that. Just see what happens. Let me add some more orange to this other side, and then we'll work with what we got going on here. Okay, so let's see what we have. Fold this up. Oops, clean that off a little bit. And we'll see what what we can play around with. Okay, let's start with this shimmery. It's still kind of moist a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of do a pumpkin using watercolor on here. And so I asked a question earlier on Instagram, what's your favorite kind of pumpkin? Mine is the long, thin ones, and but I'm going to do like kind of a round, squatty one on this one. So I'm just going to kind of come in here with my pencil and just kind of sketch out the shape of a pumpkin. Nothing, you know, it's just a round little pumpkin like that. Just so I can kind of get an idea of the shape. And then I'm going to come in here with my watercolor and I'm going to add my first layer of paint. And I'm choosing this dark orange, and I'm just coming in here and adding the first layer. Not adding a whole lot of water so it's real dark, but I'm going to come in here and add more. So I'm going to be working in sets, so especially because we have to have drying time, you know, of course. So I'm going to set that aside to dry, and then let's work with this one. The next one I'm going to show you is I kind of showed a print online too, and it looks like this. This is a painting that I did, a mixed media art, and if you can see, it's each one of these little pumpkins are cut paper. And so this was actually a pumpkin patch over in Austin. It's at a church off of Congress Avenue, and I mean, you can just go and stare at it. It's so pretty. It looks, the leaves are falling. It's very it's picture perfect, let's just put it that way. And I took a picture of it, and then I of course wanted to create art that looked like it. So I'm literally coming in here and making little cut papers of I'm going to make different size little pumpkins. So, you know, we got your round ones, you got your small ones. They don't have to be perfectly round because not all pumpkins are this perfectly round shape. But I'm just going to kind of show you an idea of how you can make your own little pumpkins. So what I'm going to do is get some Mod Podge glue. This is the glue I use on all my prints, paintings. Basically, this glue is unlike Mod Podge. Oops, excuse me. Unlike Mod Podge, it really is. I'll show you a cut. I bought it at Hobby Lobby, and usually I'll try to go in and use my coupon on it. It lasts me quite a bit, but it's water resistant, and it's a sealer and a finish, but it doesn't leave that sticky residue. Like, you know how sometimes you if you use Mod Podge or if you stick it against another piece of paper or something like that, it will kind of like stick. Excuse me. This is good. It just doesn't do that. So I really like this glue, and it really works really good on canvases. And actually, I use it to seal when I do art shows, and I do little wood blocks. I use it as well. I mean, it's kind of an all-around for what I need, and so it's really works out really good. So I'm just going to glue these little guys down like that, and I'm basically I'm going to put that little pumpkin in the front. I'm basically going to paint over these as well, but I'm just going to add this glue to the top of the journaling card. Okay, so again, that's drying. I'm going to move this aside. Actually, I'm going to put my glue in there. I've had that stick out and then end up having issues because my paint got dried on my paintbrush. So I'm just going to, okay, so we're back to the pumpkin again, the watercolor pumpkin. And I'm going to add another color of orange to it. This actually is really turned out to be like a reddish orange. So I'm just going to add another layer to kind of bring that more orange in. So it's just a process. You work on one, you set it aside, and pull out another one. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is, I love my tree stamp. I've done a video with this before in my journal. And I'm going to use it to make a tree on one of these. See if I can find my brown. I had a StazOn brown. I may have to use like the black, which is okay too. It will be fine because, oh here, this is a potter's clay. It's more like an orangey color, but it will work. So with this tree, I'm really planning on only doing like partial on the on the actual journal card, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Let me get a paper towel over here, and I'm going to do only on half of it, so it's going to kind of have the tree on just like that. Ooh, I love that with that watercolor background. That looks really good. Okay, so my next thing with this tree is I want to definitely make it fall. So I know before I used different color. I think I'm just going to use an orange for my fall leaves. And you know the dot process, I'm just going to kind of come in here and add, there's a piece of dry paint in there. I'm just going to kind of come in here and add just random little orange dots, just like that. So bear with me while I dot away. And before I used to do, you could do all sorts of different colors in here for your foliage. And then I'm just going to add some on the ground here, like, you know, the orange leaves falling. And I think a fun little quote would be really fun to put on the side there. And really and truly, I mean, this could be, you could say, this is a cute little journaling card, and you could even put like a quote, or you could put your date or something like that. But see how simple? I mean, you can make your own little card. I just love doing that kind of stuff. So I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to go back to these pumpkins. Being that I have my orange paint out, I figured let's go ahead and add, they're not, I still see some glue on them, but I'm going to go ahead and paint. So I'm going to come in here and just kind of add a downward stroke, since I'm kind of trying to make the groove look onto these pumpkins. And I'm just going to do like this downward looking stroke here. Not really covering up the whole entire background of the orange. I'll show you here up close in a minute. There's something on there. I guess it's kind of like a just a paper, it looks like a piece of fuzz or something. And I'm just going to show you real quick. I wonder if my paintbrush is kind of going yucky. But I'm just kind of doing some little downward look. Okay, so we got the first layer of that one, and I'm just going to set that aside again. Let that dry. Okay, so the next thing we have is this one, and I thought we could kind of do like a fun little, you know, just a fun mixed media piece, and maybe add some layers onto this. So I think I'm going to go in here. I haven't ever experimented really. Maybe I did. No, I didn't do it last night either, because I did play with some stencils last night. But I'm going to come in here and just kind of play around with this stencil with watercolor and see what happens. Again, I haven't really kind of, I think I'm going to do yellow. Me and yellow are getting along these days. I'm really I think it's one of my second favorite colors, first being pink, but yellow is right behind. Oh, and orange is also a favorite color. So, and then green. Okay, what can I say? I like all the colors. But I'm just going to kind of come in here with my stencil and whoops, kind of hold it down and just add yellow. To the outside like that. That's so pretty. Okay, so we're going to set that aside to dry. Let's look back at our water. Oops. It wasn't quite dry. But let's see here. We are going to add some bright orange in here and some yellow. So let's see if we've got this bright orange color over here. Let's see how it shows up. There we go. And I'm just coming in here and just kind of not doing all colors, but just where you can kind of see some different colors. I mean, like highlights in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and do its little trunk here. I'm going to go ahead and get that going. So, looking kind of cute, isn't he? I like it. So, we're going to put that aside to dry. We're going to come back to these pumpkins. They're dry. And I think what I'm going to do is add, maybe I'll do so you can kind of see the yellow behind it because it looks like, it already looks kind of yellow because of that lighter color paper behind it. This is persimmon. I don't know, but I really like this color. It's like almost like a burnt orange, go UT color. So, and I'm just going to kind of come and do a little downward. Now if you get, because sometimes I get a little wild over here and I go, oh my goodness, that does not look good. Like when I was pushing, I was like, oh, I don't really like that. You can always cover it up. You let it dry and you come back and you cover that up. So there's that. We're going to let that dry. And again, we're just working with layers. I have one more card over here that I haven't done anything with as we're waiting on these to dry. And I don't really know what to do with this. I think what I might do is just make this into like a fun little mixed media piece. So I'm just going to start adding some papers to it. I've had this, hoarding this tissue paper. I think I got it from an order from the Reset Girl, I think. And I've been wanting to use it in a journaling page. So this is perfect. And I'm just going to, whoops. I'm just going to cut, I just kind of tore this off. I love the look of like torn paper like that. And I'm just going to take my glue. Where's my glue? See if I can get my glue stick out of here. Was I using? Oh, this one over here. Excuse the arm again. And I'm just going to take this, put it on here like that, and stick this piece of tissue paper. The fun of tissue paper is I like adding it to paper. Sometimes it crinkles, and to me it's fine. But I particularly like this one because you can still kind of see through it, but it adds polka dot, you know. Oops, I ripped it. I got too excited with my paintbrush. And then I'm just going to come in here and trim it like this. Okay, we're going to set that to dry. I'm going to add layers to this, so we're going to let that first fun layer dry right there. Okay, so we're back to this page. Ooh, this one is not dry either. I guess it's not as hot these days in my studio because my studio's in the garage. Plus we got that new fabulous new door, so I guess that stuff is not quite drying as it should. So I think on this one we can come in here with some stamps and maybe do a little stamp on this particular one. And I think I want to do not your typical orange pumpkin on this one. I think I'm going to kind of go with something. Let me try this blue out. This is what color is this? Summer Sky. Let me try this and see how, if it shows up pretty good on here. Oh yeah, it's kind of pretty. It's like a periwinkle color. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of come in here with another paintbrush and, whoops, and kind of do like that. I think I did that turquoisey back. I think I'm going to come in here with this blue and fill it in. Didn't really show up that well. Can't really see it with that other. I need a little bit darker. I can just kind of move it around and have the watercolor just add that to the pumpkin. So set that aside. Let's see how we are doing on this one over here. It's still a little wet, but let's go in here and add some yellow and get that drying. And I think after this we'll start adding the foliage on here. So hopefully this will dry pretty quickly. Okay, so back to these pumpkins here. We're going to add the little top to it. And this is where, I mean, if you wanted to get and make faces and stuff, you could, this is, to me, you could do, because I've really debated on adding little faces to the a lot of these, but I'm kind of gearing towards just like not doing, but this is where you could like come in here and make them really like fun and not so realistic, I guess, so to speak, more just like whimsical, I guess. I guess this is whimsical too, but and then I'm just actually using acrylic to come in here and just kind of darken this up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start adding some foliage onto these guys. But I'm trying to think here if I want to do around the tops or just kind of add around the bottom. I think I'm just going to add them around the bottom. So when I come in here and do my leaves, I'm not going to, I mean, I do make them where they're not perfect. This is what I mean by perfect. I literally just kind of do some brush strokes. And, you know, I make them, you know, just little blotches of paint like that. And I just do some random ones along the way here. Because I'm going to basically just do like a line of foliage along the side. Okay, so then I'm going to come in here with some yellow and then some red. And just kind of do the same thing. Maybe make these yellow a little taller. Just like that. Oop, that one kind of came on a little thick there. See how just kind of bloop, 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 bloop. They are just kind of like brushing little strokes like that. So I'm going to come in here with the red. And I always work myself back off of the actual space here. Before you know it, I'll have just a little spot at the end of my desk. And then these I'm going to kind of do like little berries on the end. I should have probably waited for those to dry just a little bit, the other ones, but it may take a little while. And now, what I notice sometimes is I may have some space in here that doesn't quite get filled. See at the bottom how it looks kind of white? And I'm just going to come in here and kind of fill it in. And I'm literally just going, you know, little dots. I'm going to do some different colors though. I love this gold. I wonder how it's going to show up on here. Let me shake it up a little bit. But it's like a little goldy color. Add a little sparkle to your page here. So I'm going to just come in here. Let's see what it looks like. You can't even tell. But we can add on to the pumpkins if we wanted to give them a little shiny, little sparkle in there. Maybe too much on this side. Kind of adds a little sparkle. But let's get me, you know what, we don't have any orange. Let's see if I can put this little darker bit of orange on here. That will kind of stand out. What color is this? Orange flame. It is flaming. Flaming bright orange. So I'm just going to come in here and just fill this in at the bottom. And I'll show you what I'll do to make it look where you won't tell I'm just blotching it in here. Okay. So that is that. Hopefully it'll dry. Okay. Then let's come back to this guy. It's looking quite not as exciting over here. I need to do something to his color situation. What we can do is add some stamps, I think. I feel like if I had like a quote or something. I have this thankful, so very thankful. I had actually planned on using it on here. So, I didn't really want to do that. Maybe if I had a piece of something like a fun little, I was thinking about maybe, oops, I'm so sorry. Oops, excuse me, just one second. I hit this up there. Okay. Sorry about that. So I think I'm gonna like open these up and use this Live Today on here. If I can find it in the stack right here. And we're just gonna do some layering up. Let's see if we can find it in here. Oh, you know what? We could do some really fun stuff. What about jumping over the pumpkin? I'm just thinking out loud here. Let's just see what else we got in here. These are die cuts. Let me tell you what who these are by. Oops. These are Dear Lizzie die cuts. So these were really cute. Let me show you a little close up. And I was just going to kind of see what we can do to add. To still keep with the pumpkin theme, you know, still some fall, but maybe add some different coloring in here. I don't see that. What I was looking for in here, what color is it? Oh, it's the, oh, that's odd. It was a big white square, and I don't see it in here, and this is a brand new package. How bizarre is that? Okay, well, let's work with what we got here. So, let's see here. Do some love in there. Because I love the muted blue color. And what about the the fox? That looks, yeah, it's not working for me. I feel like I do still need like a quote in there. But none of these are really working for me. I thought about even doing the, let's look over here. I was thinking about even doing the, what do you call it? I don't even know. Sorry. I lost my train of thought. We could do good thanks. That kind of goes with it. Arrow. Oh, I know what I was saying. I'm sorry. I was going to do the heart. I mean, the floral, but the floral isn't, it's just not meshing with what I'm really have in my mind. So, this is kind of a fun one, this Happy Fall. It's kind of big though, but I bet I can get it to work. Either that, or we're going to come in here with this heart and do it like a layer. That actually is working for me. We're going to do like a layer of little, that's not, I think I need to add more color onto the, excuse me, onto the die cuts. Oh wait, what about that one? No. I like the give thanks. I think that looks really good. So let's go with that one. And let's add some more, let's look at these and like add some more coloring in here, because I feel like this needs a border or something. I'm gonna go with a pinkish color. Let's get some paint in here. This bubble gum. Why don't we do, oh no, not that coral. Why do I keep picking coral out? That's odd. But here's a bubblegum pink I picked out. Let's do that one. This is really untraditional here for pumpkin time, but that's okay. So let's do that. Is my camera okay after I smacked it? Are y'all doing okay over there? I really apologize about that. We're going to come in here, and I'm just going to add like a fun little border around the edging. Get some on my paint. I guess that's when you're doing live here, because I don't really cut out anything, but you're just, if it doesn't look good, you're like, well, I got to go with what I have here and hope for the best. I'm just playing along here. I'm adding some pink into my pumpkin because I really just don't know where I'm going with this page, to be perfectly honest with you. It's just not planned out at all. Okay, so I'm going to come in here with my glue and just put some stuff down. And if this one doesn't turn out, it's not the end of the world. It's what we do, you know. You play around with it, you see if you can make it work. And sometimes I may think something's not very pretty at all, and then I come back to it, I'm like, oh, I kind of like that now. So that happens quite a bit. Actually, I'll just stick it away because I'm like, oh, it's not really working for me. And then later on I'm like, oh, I kind of like this now. Oops. Did I not get any glue on the tip of that arrow? put it over here on that napkin. Sometimes I using the sticker machine on these little, and then I got a big glob over here. Using the sticker machine on these little skinny stickers, skinny die cuts, they work a lot better. And then I got paint. This one's just not working for me today, is it? Okay, I'm going to come in here and do some stamping, and then we're going to say this is good. Because I'm not really liking this one that much. And I just want to get it done. See, you add a stamp and it looking a lot better. I love this heart stamp. This is one of my favorites. It's from Stampin' Up. Let's do a little bit more down here. Okay, so what can we do to this pumpkin? Maybe add, what's in that? Maybe add some yellow in it, maybe? What I'm trying to do is look at the heart and do it like, kind of make it where it meshes together. Shall we come back to it? We'll come back to it. If we're not, we're going to call it good. We may come back and add some more stuff to it, but for now, I'm going to move it aside because it's not working for me. So, we're back to those cute pumpkins here, where these are working for me. And I'm going to come in here and show you real quick how to make these leaves look real. Not necessarily real, but they're going to look more defined. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm coming in here and I'm just literally doing little shapes. Of the leaves, which are little triangles with a line down it. I'll show you up close here in just a minute. See how I'm doing that? And that way it looks pretty. It really adds to the smushiness of the paint, which I think is kind of fun. And so I'm just going to do that through. Ooh, got a little overboard right there. And then, whoops. It's just little bitty, little sweepies is what I. And on these red ones, I did little, kind of like they're little, what do you call it, berries. And then where you did the little orange at the bottom, it just didn't really kind of come out. There. Oops, sticky stuff sticking to me. Okay. So another thing that I like to do is add a little bit of white down there. I mean, that's fine. I think it looks really pretty the way it is. Maybe my glue is, some of my paint is not working very well, but I like to come in here with a really fine, and then just kind of, whoops, that's a little, actually I think it would have looked better without the white paint. See, it kind of added, let's see what we can do. I kind of liked it better without the white paint. But you can always come in here, like I said, and fix it with more paint. Kind of tone it down a little bit. I liked it better without. So sometimes things look too dark, so you bring in some lighter color, but not in this case. I thought it was perfectly fine. Okay, so you get your pen back with your pumpkins, and I just kind of actually outline the pumpkins, just little, like that. And then I do the same thing. I just kind of do little sweepings down the pumpkin. Like that. And I think what's fun about doing your own little journaling cards too, and making your own little designs is if you can't find the perfect pumpkin or it's not the right size and you want to add. But to me, I think it's fun just doing your own designs within your journal or making your own little cards up. What do you think? Looks cute. The white's not too bad after all. I toned it down a little bit. I wonder if this little stamp would fit on here. It says "So very thankful" without smushing, without getting on. I think it will. Hold your breath. Here we are. We're going in for to use this. It makes me nervous. And there's my brown stays on that I was looking for. It kind of makes me nervous to do this because you know, stamping, it's not always the perfect stamp. So let's hold our breath. I'm going to do a little test over here. Oh, that looks good. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go in here and I'm going to try to line this up as well as I can. And we're down. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Well, it did get a little bit on my pumpkin, my bigger pumpkin, but I'm okay with that. I think this one is so cute, this little journaling card. And you know, you could kind of come in here and do some little orange edging if you wanted to, or with your black marker. Kind of, you could even do like a little wave, or I like to do like a long skinny and then put little X's or something, or little hearts. There. Ta-da! This one's done. I'm very happy with it. So cute. It's even got that little shimmery to it. So we have this one done. I have, to me, this one's complete. I'm going to add a quote over here. And so that's that. This one, you know, it's a work in progress. So I'm just going to say, I'm going to come back to this one. So what do we have left? We have this bigger pumpkin and this journaling card to complete. So let's do this real quick because I know this probably film is going on forever and y'all are probably going, okay. But let's see here. We are going to add some fun little, just some die cuts here to this. Again, I'm using colors that are not quite the traditional colors. Let's do, I'm going to add some pumpkins to this, another stamp. Okay. There those are. And we're going to come in here and do that. See if we got some fun little washi. Let's see here what we got going on. We got some orange, we've got red, we got orange red. Oh, I got some black and white here. Oh, here's one that says "Be Thankful." And what other colors do we have? Lots of orange and that blue color. I don't know if I have any washi handy here that this is that. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to basically put some strips of washi along the back here and just kind of, I'll come back and trim those off. Whoops. We're just layering it with some washi tape red just to add some fun colorings to there. Okay. Oops. Do that. Oh, we're going to cut that top off too. Again, I'm just layering this up. This may be another one of those cards that I'm not too crazy about. I don't like that up there. Let's see here. We need to add some colors into this to really bring out that blue color in the top there. So I'm going to get some more acrylic paint. And I'm going to come in here and do another. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing with doing this non-traditional colors with these pumpkins, because it seems to me it's not grooving right. But let's play along with it and see what happens. So we got a blue. I'm going to do a red. And I'm just very lightly adding paint to these. We got orange. And then we have, what other colors? Oops, got red. I'm going to go ahead and do a yellow. And I'm not being neat with this at all. I'm just adding color to these pumpkins like that. Being very, actually I'm kind of liking it now. But I'm just kind of adding, I think I need a really bright orange. This is that, and it literally, it says bright orange on here, so that's perfect. Okay, then I'm going to come in here and add some green to my foliage. Sour apple green. Okay, it's kind of too bright for me. Let's go with this darker. Oops, I got a drip on that other one there. So I'm just going to come in here with some green and add to the foliage. This is one of my favorite colors, this Irish moss color. I just don't want it to be all one green shade, so I'm going to come in here and add some of this to it as well. Perfect. And see, it just kind of gives it a different feel, and I'm just gonna, it actually turned out better than what I was hoping, and I'm sitting here going, oh geez, I'm on camera and these pumpkins are not turning out like I had wanted them to. But I'm actually kind of liking this page. Of course, you know, I love color, so that is helping. What do you think? Is it busy? I think it's kind of fun, actually. Started out that I had no idea, and I was feeling really disgruntled as I was creating it. I don't know if you heard that in my voice, but I was just like, oh gosh, this is not turning out. But okay, I'm gonna call this one good. And then the last one we have here is this little chubby pumpkin. And I really was debating on if we should just do a fun face, you know, so shall we do that? Let's do that. So I think what I'm going to do is come in here and do some punches and make some fun little faces. I hope I can quickly grab some what paper here to see if this is gonna work. So I like to use my, of course, my little round pumpkins here. Let's see here if we can move along fairly quickly, because I'm not sure how long this video is going for. Okay, we're gonna do some glasses here. Whoops, how many punches do I need to? I'm getting kind of like, let's go with these. Well, I can't seem to do it straight on. Oops. Yeah, it's Saturday morning. I'm still having issues, right? I've never had issues cutting my glasses though. What seems to be the problem? Okay, we're just going to go with these because obviously I'm not, sorry, I'm not doing well. But you know, they could be little, fun little glasses. I'm basically, and if you saw my video last time, and I think I've showed these before on how I make my glasses, I use a hole punch for I use the hole punch and then I cut around to create the glasses. I hope these fit right. Can't believe I'm having issues with hole punching them right on. I never do. I just need to calm down. Okay. These are some really big glasses for this little pumpkin. But we're going to go with it, right? So I'm going to use my glue again, my collage glue, and I'm just going to tap it onto these glasses. Like so. And then I'm just going to come in here and fill those in like that. Okay. And then we're going to add a fun little, I think I'm going to make she should be a girl. I think it's a girl because she's got cat eyes. So we're going to add some lips and some cute little, we're going to add some, oh, here's that red already open. We're going to add some lips and a nose and get her eyes in there. So basically with her lips, I'm just going to come and do like a heart shape like that. Ta-do, she's so cute. And then for her eyes, get the white out here. I'm going to come in here and try to do some circles like that. Usually I would kind of do paper, but I'm not going to worry with it. Making them perfectly rounded. I'm going to do my best. Okay. She looks freaky right now, but we're going to fix her up here in a minute. Getting paint all over me, which is, to me, if I have paint on me, that means I'm having fun. And then let's get some black paint. Here is my black paint. I have it up here, new. And my daughter was painting last night, but I don't remember her getting black paint, and now I can't find any on my bin. What is up with that? That's strange. Okay, well, we may have to do like a really dark brown. That is so strange. I always have black paint. Let's see. Oh, wait. That is so strange. Okay. What's this? Ivory black. There we go. And I was down here and I saw my gelatos, and we're gonna play with these too. So we have to squirt this out. I haven't used this heavy. I don't use this very often. Most time when I'm doing canvases, I'll use it, but I use mostly the white. I think it may be kind of dried up, which is not good because this is a good paint. I just can't believe I can't find black. Okay, sorry. I know I'm driving y'all probably crazy digging around. We're just gonna go with this black. Ugh. Okay, note to self, buy black paint. I know I have a ton of it and I can't find any of it. So I'm just gonna go in here and add actually it needs to dry a little bit more. This is driving me crazy. Okay, let's have some fun with some gelato, shall we? Let's get this blue out. These are so fun to play with. So I'm just going to come in here and add some colors in here. And then I'm going to get a paintbrush and add some background. The only thing I notice with gelato, especially when I'm doing like canvases and stuff, is they really they're wax, so you can't once you do a base coat, it's hard because I've tried to like go over it with a pen and it just doesn't work. I'm just kind of going around the edges with this. Add some. Look how pretty that is. I love playing with these. Now I'm just going to add some color in here. And then I'm just going to go with my wet paintbrush and fill it in like that. She looks like she's winking at us, doesn't she? She's got one eye. I'm sorry, Mrs. Clown. Not Mrs. Clown, Mrs. Pumpkin. I'm having some issues with my black paint. It's driving me crazy. You know, I might do some